Happy 4th of July, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monster Territory, brought to you by the Foul Territory Network. Man, oh man, we got some fireworks today on 4th of July. I'm sure a lot of you out there are going to be firing off all the fireworks tonight, but we got some early ones here. An early game. Listen, I love early games, man. I love them. I love, I don't really care what time the game is on. Well, I take that back. The West Coast games, not so much, but if I can get the game done early, and if I can just go on about my day, that's all good and dandy with me. I like me an 11 a.m. game. I know you don't really ever have them, but nice to have this one early today. And after here, I'm going to go get some food. We're going to spend some time with the family after here. So, I like the early one today, but I think the Red Sox do as well. Lots of runs on the board here today. Lucas Giolito looking fantastic. 11 runs for the Red Sox today. Final score 11-2 brings their record up to 44-45. We're getting ever so close again to 500. Man, oh man, can they please just get to 500, get past 500, and never look back? I need this 500 thing to end. But 11 runs, 16 hits on the day, 5 walks in total today. 9 strikeouts. This is a team that they have been very prone to the strikeouts, but they kept it under 10. And they were just saying, actually, on the Nesson post game, anytime this team has under 10 strikeouts, they're 30-15. Really goes to show how good this team can be when they just put the bat on the ball. They're not swinging and missing and everything. This team, I think, can go a long way. It's just the plate discipline that needs to be a bit more consistent. Well, you saw a lot of good ABs here today. And not only did they just score a lot of runs, it didn't come from, a few home runs along the way. They were very good with runners in scoring position today. That's been another problem for the Red Sox consistently this year. 7 for 19 with runners in scoring position today. Gotta love that. Trevor Story leading the way. He is my player of the game here. 4 for 5, home run on the day here. 4 RBIs as well. OPS, let me just make sure I have this right. OPS is up to a 697. I know that doesn't sound all that great, but you got to remember Trevor Story. This guy was around a 500, with the OPS going back to May. I don't remember the exact number, but it wasn't very good. So the fact that he has it up to almost a 700 here, that says a lot to me. That says a lot. And he's been red hot in his last 30 games, hitting .316 with an .894 OPS overall. 6 homers, 5 stolen bases, 28 RBIs. Now, Trevor Story, he is going to be a streaky player. I mean, we have pretty much seen that, right? Month of May, he was ice cold. June, really heated up, and he's keeping it going here in the month of July. Got to love what Trevor Story's been doing as of late. And, we keep going back to the Raffy trade. I know some of you are saying here, well, Robbie, if you want people to stop talking about the Raffy trade, well, stop talking about it. Well, it just goes to show what this offense can do without Raffy. They have the bats here. They have the talent here. They can definitely get it done. And when Trevor Story's contributing, that's a big thing. Lucas Giolito, fantastic today. Lucas Giolito, I know we're all screaming from the mountaintops, looking for the Red Sox to add a number 2 to the rotation, but Giolito, he is pitching like a number 2 in the rotation here. Garrett Crochet, obviously he's been amazing this year, but Giolito is really stringing together a lot of good things as of late. His longest outing as a Red Sox here, 7 2/3. It's actually his longest outing since August of 2021 when he was with the White Sox. He went 8 innings in that one against the Twins. I believe, what was the date on that? August 9th. I could be wrong. It was August of 2021. It's been a long time since he's gone that far. He's had some 7-inning outings, but, to go into the 8th here, that had to feel pretty good for him. Very good day today. 7 2/3, 4 hits, 1 earned, 7 Ks. His 5th win on the year, over 12 starts. He didn't want to come off the mound. I love that. Quick reaction. Obviously he pitched great, but I love that he just did not want to come off the mound, man. We need those starting pitchers again, right? Where they're just yelling at the manager, telling them to get out of here. I'm finishing off my outing, right? I always think of John Lackey, 2013, Game 6, World Series. I always remember that, where he said, hey, I'm finishing this one, right? He ended up getting pulled. I think what was it, two batters later. But I love that, man. I love the competitiveness. Giolito's really coming into his own, and it's nice to see because the Red Sox starting pitching, it was looking really good there for a couple of weeks, but it's been pretty inconsistent as of late. But it's nice to see that, yes, the Red Sox, I feel like, do need to add something for the rotation, but it's nice to see that Giolito's been very steady over the last 5 starts. Remember, he got pounded by the Angels at the beginning of June, but since then, I think that was a bit of a wake-up call for him, and he's just stuck to a plan, and he's been very good. Overall, just a great day for the Red Sox here today. A great way to start off the 4th of July. I see a lot of you here in the chat. We're not going to take up too much time here today because I do got to go travel here. I got to drive about an hour and a half to go see some family here in a little bit. And we're going to go get some food, have a couple of drinkies. We're going to have a nice 4th of July. And so we're not going to take too much time here. I know a lot of you probably got something going on here. But before we do dive into the post-game wrap-up, if you can, leave me a like. If you are listening to this in audio format, leave us a review. Leave us a rating, whatever it may be. But everyone, we are going to get into it here. Before we get started, though, we do have a word from our sponsor. I'll be right back.
We're going to take you through the latest card that I pulled in my Arena Club slab pack, AJ. And here it is. I pulled a Jared Jones card. So Jared Jones is going to be out for a minute, but I'm going to hold on to this one for the long term. He was nasty in his rookie season.
Agreed. This is a great card to pull. It's going to go up in value once he comes back because this guy dealt in his rookie season, gets punch outs, he gives you innings. Once he's back, Scott, you're in it for the long term. Don't give up on Jared Jones or this card you got from Arena Club.
Yep, there it is. That's how you pull a slab pack card. It's very cool. It's all fancy and digital. You can get it sent to you physically. And if you want to sell it right back to Arena Club, you can do that with their buyback option right away, or you can hold it. Right now, you can get 20% off your first slab pack or card purchase. Just go to arenaclub.com/FOUL. Use code FOUL. We've been talking about Arena Club all season long because they dominate the hobby. If you buy, sell, trade, collect, go for it.
All righty, let's get to it, shall we? And let's break down this offense here. A lot of offense to talk about. First inning, you saw some good signs. They did leave a couple of runners or a couple of runners on base there. Weren't able to come through. Roman and Toro had a base hit. And then the next couple of guys, Narvaez, and then was it? I have my notes mixed up here, but I believe it was Narvaez. Narvaez and Willier, they weren't able to execute there in the first inning, but you saw some signs. It looked like they had a good eye on Soroka from the early going. So that was a good sign to me, even though, it was frustrating to, once again, leaving runners in scoring position. But they turned that around rather quick. In the second inning, Trevor Story getting it started there. He ended up stealing second base. Seti with a double. Beautiful swing from Seti there. Man, oh man. Seti is really coming into his own this year. He's been so good as of late. The defense has always been phenomenal. He's always going to give you some good speed on the base paths. But just seeing what he's doing here over the last, month, more than a month or so, it's really been a treat to watch. It's when you have a guy that's so good defensively that can also steal some bases for you. He's got 11 stolen bases on the year, but seeing what he's doing here with the bat, 723 OPS overall, you would like for him to get on base a little bit more. On base is only a 299, but he's got a solid slugging at a 424. Man, he's just been so good. Taking a look here at the last 30 games, hitting 280 with a 319 on base and a 533 slugging. So he's been very good. 6 homers as well over the last 30, along with 4 stolen bases. With the good defense, you love to see it, man. You love to see it. But I just love that swing. Just good opposite gap shot. Love that. Love that. They made it 1-0. Duran came up, had a base hit, made it 2-0. But the 5th inning was the exclamation point. Well, kind of. We'll get to one more exclamation point here in a little bit. But 5th inning, 7 runs. Gotta love that. Roman with his 7th double. He is now tied for the 10th most among rookies over just 22 games. when it comes to doubles. I'll say that again. Tied for the 10th most in doubles among all rookies, and he's only played 22 games. Gotta love that. His on base is up to a 345 as well. Roman, he's really coming to his own. We saw this over, the slash line didn't look amazing with him. But when you took a look at the metrics, the hard contact that he was making, the plate discipline that he was showing, it was only a matter of time. And this guy has been very consistent. Let me actually pull up the numbers with him over the last 7 games. You're seeing Roman really coming into his own. Over his last 7 games, hitting .379 with a .438 on base. He has a .438 on base over his last 29 ABs. Crazy. .552 on the slugging as well. I think Roman, and the fact that Roman's been batting second, again, I'm going to bring up the Raffy trade. I think the fact that he's been batting second overall, I think says a lot to where that might have said something to where they made the Red Sox feel a little bit more comfortable trading Raffy because he's been batting second here and he's looking very good. So just pointing that out. But Roman got us started with his 7th double. Toro, Wilyer with the walks. Narvaez with a base hit. Wilyer walking in a run that made a 3-0. Story with a base hit. 5-0. Meyer with a base hit. 6-0. Duran with his 22nd double. That made it 8-0. Anthony up for the second time. Got the walk, like I said. On base up to a 345. Toro with the base hit. Made it 9-0. 8th inning. Narvaez base hit. Story with his 13th home run of the year. Trevor Story, he's looking fantastic. I just put a tweet out on him not too long ago. Overall on the year now, hitting .252, 697 OPS, 13 homers, 14 stolen bases. That's pretty solid. Coming into the year, I was saying with Trevor Story, listen, hey, I could see a 20 homer, 20 stolen base kind of a guy. Gives you solid defense at shortstop. That's all I wanted from Story. And he's already on pace here. We're halfway through the year. He is on pace to possibly maybe get close to a 25-30 season. He's at 13 homers already. We're just around halfway through the season. I think he has a shot at 25 homers, at least 20 to 25, somewhere in that range. And then 25. I think he has a shot at 25-25. I think it's very possible. He's looking very good. Just goes to show when this guy's healthy, he could be a solid contributor. But he's been red hot. Over the last 30 games, has been great. But over the last 7 games, this guy's scorching, hitting .481, .517 on base, and .852 on the slugging with a couple of homers. Trevor Story, man. You'll love to see it. But that was his 13th home run. That made it 11-1. And that was all Giolito needed. It was all he needed. He's been great. Giolito 108 pitches on the day, 75 for strikes, 60 of them in the zone, pounding the zone today. The velo is looking very good. He's been looking, everything has looked very smooth with him over the, not just the numbers that he's putting up, but just the way he's moving out there. The mechanics are looking smooth. Velo's looking good. His velo was up right around a mile per hour on average today. Or up a mile per hour compared to the average. But really with Giolito, the key for him, it's been changing eye levels, going up in the zone with the velo, down with the off speed. But today, he took a little bit of a different approach. He was kind of everywhere with the fastball today. He was going up, low, in, out. He was just playing around with that strike zone today. He got 5 whiffs on the fastball all day. Slider changeup, he was working those in as well. He got 6 whiffs total. 3 each. Just a nice pace for Giolito, man. I think that's been the key. He's just taking a simple approach, and he's just attacking, right? Had a little bit of trouble in the 6th inning. Abrams had a hit. He stole second. He got moved over to third on the ground ball. Sack fly. But really, not really any trouble at all. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because Seti, getting back to him, had a great catch. Holy cow. It wasn't like a diving catch that's going to be Sports Center, number 1 on the plays. But just the athleticism just runs straight back, basically an over-the-shoulder catch. I mean, Seti just makes it look easy out there. You really got to love, man. Again, I hope that Seti just keeps on doing what he's doing with the bat, but you just know you're going to get that great defense. And that's why, you know, throughout the year so far up to this point, we do know eventually some kind of a move is going to need to be made for the outfield. And that's why with me, I always said, I feel like you need to keep Seti out there in center field because what he brings to the table, it really makes a difference, right? I mean, that elite defense in center field, do you necessarily need to have that defense to win yourself a championship? No, you don't. But to have it is very nice, right? And that's why I've been thinking here, it's either going to be Duran or Abreu if they do make a move. It's going to be one of those guys because, especially when Seti's hitting, where there was all the talks about moving Seti into a utility role. You could put Duran out in center. But now it's looking like, well, with Duran or Abreu, right? I think one of those guys can be in the conversation. They have good value to be able to bring back something that can help another area of your team. I've been going through a lot of Jarren Duran mock trades as of late. I think I will be posting a video at some point on the main channel, possibly. I'm going to be doing my trade deadline wish list for the Red Sox at some point over the next week or two. But I think you got to move Duran or Abreu, and I'm starting to lean towards it's probably going to be Duran out there on the trade block. I think I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I've been having some conversations with a couple little birdies. There is talk out there for Jarren Duran right now. There is talk. I'm not going to go into the specifics. People are going to say, well, what sources do you have? I got a couple of people that I trust. There are talks out there right now. I wouldn't say anything is, close. But people are calling. Phone calls are being made. I'll just say that. A couple of teams as well that could possibly even surprise you, right? I'm not going to get into it too much, but just know teams out there are calling about Jarren Duran. And starting to feel a bit more confident that he could end up getting moved. So, where was I here? Well, that was pretty much it. Giolito looked great. Offense looked great. Not really much else to say here. Not really much else to say. But we are going to preview Game 2. Walker Buehler is getting the start tomorrow. Before we get to that, though, we do have one more word from our sponsor.
Hey, this episode is sponsored by Huel, so I'm going to take a sip while Todd Father tells you about Huel. And Todd Father, you asked me, when should I drink it?
Yeah,
what did I tell you?
Really, it's the best thing for you. Before a workout, after a workout, whatever you're feeling. Like sometimes I'll just drink this just because it tastes that good. The flavor is very good. It's going to make you feel, it's going to fill you up too. Good protein, and it's very appetizing. So for you people out there who are starting to work out or have been, drink this. You're going to feel very much energized and very much full, which is a great thing.
Yeah, people that are having problems, not having enough time to eat their meals, Huel for you. Or a little post-workout protein punch, Huel for you. Start saving time and money without compromising your nutrition today with the FT offer for new customers. 15% off using the code FAL at Huel.com. 15% for new customers using FOUL at Huel.com. See our description for the terms and conditions. Skip the stress, not the nutrition. Try Huel today for complete nutrition.
All righty, Walker Buehler versus Mitchell Parker in Game 2 tomorrow. What is the game time of this one tomorrow? 4:05 Eastern Time. So it won't be as early as it was today, but this is a big start for Buehler. Last start I was saying, hey, this guy could be pitching for his spot in the rotation. Even he was saying he feels like he was pitching, it feels like he's pitching for a job in Major League Baseball. He's not been very good. ERA at 6.45, FIP is at a 6.03, giving up 2 home runs per 9, under 8 strikeouts per 9, 4.3 walks per 9. I mean, it's not good. So, Cora, he did talk to Chris Cotillo the last outing. He said he's scheduled to make his next start. He's healthy, eager to work, and like I said yesterday, he feels like he's getting close to finding it. I mean, in the last start, was it his worst outing? No. 4 innings, 4 hits, 4 earned, 2 homers. You know, that Blue Jays team is red hot, so I'll point that out too. But with Walker Buehler, you know, I've been saying this. A guy that throws a ton of pitches, he is going to get a lot of weak contact. Sure, you know, he's been giving up some home runs. But for the most part, everything else, all the other contact he gives up, it's pretty weak for the most part. 85th percentile with his average exit velo, 70th percentile with hard hit percentage. It's just a matter of just limiting those home runs. And that's why, again, I don't understand why he doesn't just lean with the sinker. It's been his best pitch on the year. It's his third most used pitch at 16%. Batters are only hitting 160 against it. Expected batting average of 247. I don't understand why he doesn't use it. Get away from this fastball. Like, I don't know why he keeps pouring in these 4-seamers. Batters are tearing this ball apart, hitting 381 against it and 833 on the slugging. Stop throwing the 4-seamer. I don't get that. To me, I mean, even his cutter's been getting hit hard a lot too. He's been leaving meatball cutters all over the plate. I would be leading with the sinker here. I'd be focusing on getting the ground balls. Use the cutter as like your secondary fastball, like fastball pitch, quote unquote. And then really, you know, working those sliders. I think you got to get rid of the fastball. It stinks. It's not a good pitch. So that's what I would do. I mean, what do I know? You know, I'm here talking about baseball. I'm not the one actually playing it. But if I'm looking at the numbers, and I don't know if I'm missing something, but I don't know. Just seems like a pretty simple solution. I think he just needs to keep things simple. Go with what works. That's just my opinion. However, the one bright spot is the Red Sox do have Mitchell Parker going for the Nationals. And he has not had himself an amazing year up to this point. 17 starts, 4.63 ERA, FIP at a 4.58 with Mitchell Parker here. I don't know what just happened to my screen. My screen has disappeared, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what happened to that. Well, okay, here we go. Back to this page. But with Mitchell Parker, it has not been an easy time for him. 6 strikeouts per 9. He's going to pitch a lot to contact. 3.5 walks per 9. That's whatever. A home run per 9. But there's going to be a lot of bat to ball with Mitchell Parker. Let me try sharing the screen one more time. I don't know what happened to my screen, everybody. I don't know what's going on here. What happened here? It's just gone. I don't know what happened. Well, I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. Technical difficulties. But over here, you know, unfortunately, I cannot show you the StatCast because it's not showing for some reason. But he does get guys to chase a little bit. 63rd percentile with the chase rate. He limits the barrels, you know, 58th percentile. But this is a guy the Red Sox should be able to get to. Lefty on the mound, so expect to see Rob Refsnyder in there tomorrow, I would imagine. Romy Gonzalez probably going to be in there as well. So you know you're going to pile up the righties against him. But this is a matchup the Red Sox should be able to win. Should be able to. I said coming into the series, this is a series that you should be able to sweep. You know Mackenzie Gore in this series, all right? So you got a little lucky there. The key, though, is Walker Buehler. If he can get himself right, I think he just needs to keep it simple. Try not to go with a whole ton of different pitches. Go with what's been working. Go with the sinker. Mix in some cutters. Lean with the slider. Go with some fastballs here and there, 4-seam fastballs, but don't overdo it. Right? We'll see how it goes. But everybody, I'm going to wrap it up right there. I do want to say happy 4th to all of you at home. And I see you in the chat. Just Neffy, happy 4th of July. You as well, my friend. Happy 4th to all of you out there. Please, go spend it with your families. Go spend it with friends. Go light off some fireworks. Go have a hot dog. Go have yourself a cold beverage. Drink responsibly, please. Okay? Keep it to Coca-Cola. That's a nice American drink. Have a little Coca-Cola today. But if you are going to have a beverage, please be responsible. All right? Get an Uber, whatever it may be. What are you talking about? Gobbler234. What are you talking about? Gobbler, are you trolling me right now? Are you trolling me? are you trolling me? Don't tell me. What are you talking about? Yeah, he's trolling. Gotta get out of here with the trolls. Everybody, go enjoy your 4th of July. Drive safe. Enjoy it with your families. Enjoy it with your friends. And we'll be back here tomorrow for more post-game coverage. I'll see you then, everybody.